Hey friends, Rob Phoenix here. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while, but I'm still in recovery from this nonsense. They did this like they get this piece of rubber and cut it and then like get it really hot and mold it around your hand, and then it gets hard, and so it's a perfect cast or brace, I guess, in the shape of your hand. It's much better than the original sort of mess they had on there. Honestly, I don't feel like it's really getting any better. In fact, it seems to hurt a little bit more. I don't know. And then I still have to get this one done, which I'm kind of hesitant about because this one seems to have kind of disfigured the shape of my hand in this area. I don't know. The problem is like I have very good health insurance. However, any specialist appointments, I have a $40 copay. And unfortunately, physical therapy is a specialist. And they said, oh, we're scheduling you for 12 physical therapy sessions. Well, I went to seven of them in 2 weeks, and that's $40 every time I go there. And I nothing against physical therapists, but they're like, pick up this little square sponge and pick it up with this finger and pick it up with this finger. And the things they showed me to do, I thought, well, I'll do that at home on my own. I just after week seven, after $280 like out of my pocket, it started to feel like I didn't have health insurance anymore. So I stopped the physical therapy and I thought now I have to use the skills that I know and make this better. Because I still have this hand to get done. I don't want to burn through all my money and go bankrupt on left hand and when I still have right hand to do. And then Josani had a dentist appointment and then he had a doctor appointment. The doctor wants him to go to physical therapy. And it's a lot. It's really expensive. So anyway, I am glad I have powwowing. Little known fact about me is about 20, I think it was 1998 or 1999. I was having a lot of sciatic nerve pain. If you've ever had that, then like, you're just like blind with pain. And somebody did Reiki on me, and I had this like weird sort of like experience. And so she said, well, you're meant to be a healer. And she gave me this Reiki attunement. Um, I've never done Reiki really since then. I know it's kind of like it's a part of me, but I've just never used it. However, I was talking to a friend last night on the phone. He's also a powwower. And we were talking about the experience. He was saying that his hands get uh, warm and the palms of his hands will turn red. And that's when he knows he can use his healing skills. And I said, oh, so, I thought he had a Reiki attunement because that's what happens. But he didn't really know anything about Reiki. So he had never like gotten an attunement, but I just thought that was really interesting that that's his experience with powwow. That's not my experience with powwow. When I'm powwowing for somebody, it's very rare that my Reiki like turns on, and hopefully that makes sense. But like Reiki is something that kind of like activates, I guess. I don't know. I don't really feel like talking about Reiki, but it's just one more tool I have in my toolbox should I need something more than powwow. But what do people do when they can't afford even one physical therapy session? You just suffer and then you don't heal right, and then you have chronic problems forever. And that's really a shame that it really bothers me that I feel very fortunate that I was able to attend seven sessions in 2 weeks. But even at that point, I was like, that's it. I can't do anymore. Uh, so anyway, the skills of a folk healer, and your magic skills and your Reiki skills, all that stuff is so necessary. And healthcare in the United States is wildly expensive. It's so unaffordable. And even when you have good health insurance, like I work for the Commonwealth, so I feel like I have very good health insurance, and we do, but those copays add up. And one appointment's fine, but when they say, okay, we want to see you 12 times in the next 30 days, who can afford that? So anyway, and I worry for the future of our country because if those safety programs like Medicaid get taken away or reduced drastically, and it's already not that great, but if that gets reduced drastically, I think this country is going to be very sick, literally. But what I do want to talk about on a better note is that tomorrow's Passover. It's a full moon in the sign of Libra. Um, so Passover um, for the powwower or for the folk magician or whatever. Passover is a good time to put up your home protections, uh, especially protections against things like malicious gossip, um, that sort of thing from people. If you just want to protect yourself from that, protect yourself from the negativity of rumors, malicious gossip, judgment, also just general like negativity coming your way. You think like in the Bible they were instructed to kind of paint an arch over their door in blood. Now, luckily, we don't need to make animal sacrifices. The thought in Christianity, anyway, is that once Jesus basically sacrificed himself on the crucifix, that was the ultimate sacrifice, and God no longer demanded sacrifices of the humans in his name. Like animal sacrifices and bulls and all that and such with. It was never a part of Christianity, unless it was by some strange little groups or whatever. But anyway, so in place of blood, we can use red chalk. Um, because it still holds that symbolic power. The color red in Powwow symbolizes the blood of Christ. Uh, Seasonal allergies are kicking in. I wanted to do this video outside, but it's rainy and damp and cold and dreary and dismal outside and depressing. But now I still can tell that spring is here because I feel like I'm wearing a helmet and earmuffs. My ears are all like blocked really. You know what I mean? Your head gets blocked and you can barely hear. It's a very strange sensation. Um, anyway, that's it. Passover. So that's tomorrow night, full moon, great time for protections. Plus it's spring. It's, you want to get that fresh start. So you want to renew all your protections around your property. And then of course, Sunday is Palm Sunday. So if you have palm branches, from your Palm Sunday church last year, uh, burn those this year and get fresh ones. That's a blessing on your home. And then of course we move into Holy Week. Maundy Thursday and then Good Friday and then Easter Sunday next week. So that's exciting. Something to look forward to. Me and Bill and Josani are looking forward to it, planning a nice dinner. Uh, I did invite my family down, but they said they all have plans, so that's okay. Me and Bill and Josani will have a nice day, just the three of us. So, but yeah, that's that. And what else is going on? Not much. Yeah, these past few weeks I haven't been feeling very I guess social. I know I have like 700,000 emails and like 699,000 of them are garbage emails and probably one or two or three are important emails from friends. So if you emailed me, I'm so sorry if I didn't respond. It wasn't intentional. Well, I guess it was intentional, not to specifically not respond to you, but just to not worry about my email. I've been reading Star Wars books and watching this Ryan Williams, whatever, true crime YouTube channel. The guy's hilarious, but the stories are wild. These people get themselves into the most ridiculous situations. Anyway, so that's been my obsession. Star Wars books and this Ryan, I can't even think of his name, Ryan Williamson, um, true crime stuff. So enjoy the full moon tomorrow, sign of Libra. So that's like your kidneys and such. If you want to do some healing. And yeah, get those protections renewed, get your palm branches on Sunday, burn the old ones. Oh, you use the ashes from the old ones. Like if you have somebody coming over for like hex removal or genuine like removal of negativity and stuff, use that ash to make a circle around them. I was playing around with AI today. Josani turned me on to this it's called Chat GOT or something, um, or a GTA or something like that. Um, and like you just go in there and type, and I was just like Amish guy in a farm field standing in a magic circle, and it like literally generated that, and it looks like a photograph. I mean, not exactly like a photograph, but you know what AI looks like. It kind of looks like a real person. So I thought that was cool. And I did another one. I put like Amish guy painting a star on a barn. You know, you just come up with random stuff. At one point I said, man wearing a black suit holding a Bible and a magic wand. I'm not even gonna tell you the ridiculous picture I got, but it just gave me a good laugh. So anyway, I was playing around with that today, and I posted two of those pictures earlier. I'll get it. I'll get there where I can make it so they're not just like staring at the camera or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's fun. So that's that. That's the update. Thank you for the well wishes, everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I not liking the way this feels. Of course, this hand is like, what about me? I'm hurting too. So I've got to get this one taken care of. But I'll get there. So that's it. Anybody has any questions? Put them down below. Click the thumbs, subscribe, and like, but I don't know. I don't care. That's it. God bless you guys. Love you. And we'll talk again very soon.